What's up, everybody? I want to take you through, line by line, an essay from this book so you can know exactly what you have to do. There's no misunderstanding, line by line. Let's go. What do you have to do? This essay that we're going to look at is about history and whether or not we can learn from history. Is it important to study history? Does it have any importance for the present day? That's what the topic is about. Here is the actual question. Some believe that history has little to teach us about today, while others think that the study of the past helps us to understand the present. Discuss both views and give your own opinion. Let's go through it paragraph by paragraph. First, you've got the introduction. The introduction is made up of 2 sentences. Simple. The first one, many feel history cannot teach us anything important about present-day problems, while others think it helps us understand today. Simply paraphrase what the overall essay topic is about. You don't have to spend a lot of time on this. You don't have to change every word. Some words you can't change. History is history. Don't try to change history to a different word. Change some words, change some grammar, but write this sentence fast because it's not very important. If you copied it exactly the same, the examiner might not even notice. Don't do that, but my point is, it's not that important. The only important thing is that you write this sentence quickly and that you don't try to change too many words. Don't try to change everything. Second sentence is your opinion. In my opinion, history can teach us important lessons about the past, but those lessons are not always important today. For your opinion, never sit in the middle. Always choose a side. It's a little complicated with the one that I wrote, but basically I'm saying I do not think that history is that important. That even though we can learn lessons, they're not important for today. And that's what the question is about, whether or not those lessons are important for today. So that is my opinion. Make your opinion 100% clear. Choose a side. Never sit in the middle. If you sit in the middle, you will get band 5 for task achievement. You're going to repeat your opinion again in the conclusion, so make sure that your opinion is the same in the introduction and the conclusion. I see a lot of students who change their opinion. That's not good. You're going to get band 5 for task achievement. Choose a side. Doesn't matter which one, choose a side. It doesn't mean that you have to say that history is 100% the most important thing, or history is not important at all. You're just choosing an overall side, but you must choose a side or you will get band 5 for task achievement. Now that we're finished with the introduction, simple, fast, easy, let's move on to the first body paragraph using the structure R-E-E-R-R. This body paragraph follows the structure R-E-E-R-R, which is reason, explain, example, result, and then research or further result at the end. So let's go through it sentence by sentence. First sentence is reason, your topic sentence, your main idea for the paragraph. On the one hand, history can help us to learn from mistakes made in the past. There's a couple things to notice here. First of all, I'm writing about one side. The next paragraph, I'll write about the other side. Secondly, I have my main idea at the end of the sentence. Mistakes made in the past. Always put your main idea at the end of the sentence, not the beginning. Thirdly, don't list a whole bunch of reasons. Don't say there are many different reasons why history is important. Do not do that. Never. Because then you will just list reasons and you will get band 5 for task achievement. Many students want to do that because it is easy. It's hard to write one main idea and develop it, but that's what this structure is for, to make it easier for you to write one main idea and develop it. Do not write multiple main ideas. One main idea, develop it fully. Finally, notice that this sentence is very simple, not a very long, complex, complicated sentence. This sentence is important for the reader, the examiner, to understand what your paragraph is about. So don't write a long, confusing sentence. Short, simple. Second sentence. Reading history books shows us the reasons that led to various historical events. Explain your main idea. You don't always need this sentence. Sometimes your main idea might be obvious and you can just start your example. But take one sentence, explain what you mean with your main idea. Third sentence. For example, when the United States went to war with Vietnam, they had very little understanding of the Vietnamese people, the language, or their history. Start your example. A couple things to notice here. First of all, your example should always be very specific. A real country, a real place, a real person, not general. Also, you want to develop it with as much specific detail as possible. The Vietnamese people, the language, their history. This is going to pull out lots of great vocabulary, and this is also going to push up your task achievement score because of all this extra detail to support your main idea. Do not be general, be specific. Fourth sentence, the result was that they made many bad decisions and a lot of lives were lost for both countries. State the result. This is just a way to further develop your example. Don't switch to a new example. State the result of your example. What happened because of this? Last sentence. Historians who study this war deeply will be able to advise and warn current governments. For this sentence, you can either quote some research or quote some other groups of people. For example, I quoted historians here. Or you can state a further result. What's a further result of this? So it can be a little bit more general, your last sentence, with a further result. Now, we're going to do the next body paragraph. Same structure. It's not exactly identical, because then it would just be like you're a robot writing, but it's very, very similar. Same structure. Let's take a look at how to do that.
This body paragraph follows the exact same structure, R-E-E-R-R, but you don't want to write it exactly the same with the exact same vocabulary because it's going to look like you're a robot writing. Alright, so what did we do here? First sentence, on the other hand, the situation in the present is different and many of the lessons will not apply. Another topic sentence, main idea at the end. The main idea here is that the lessons will not apply. What you learn about history isn't always going to help you, isn't always going to apply to the present. Simple main idea. Second sentence, explain. The situation in every country is constantly changing, and so are the relationships between countries. Explain your main idea. My main idea here is a little bit complicated, a little bit strange, so it's good to explain what I mean, that because countries are always changing, what you learn about history won't always be important today. Third sentence, example. For example, there are many current problems facing the world today, such as coronavirus, disputed islands, and conflicts in the Middle East. Again, with my example, specific, real problems, coronavirus, disputed islands, conflicts in the Middle East. That is bumping up your task achievement score. That is also bumping up your vocabulary score. Specific, not general. This is the hardest thing for students to learn when they're practicing. Specific, not general. Practice this as much as you can. Every bone in your body wants to write it general because that's simple and easy. Don't. Specific as possible. Next sentence, result. If leaders focus too much on history, they will ignore what is different and new about these problems now. The result is focusing too much on history is going to blind you, make you ignore the present problems and how they're different. Last sentence, research. Research into making decisions has shown that the best way to make a choice is to consider all factors and not follow simple rules. Quoted a little bit of research. It's not real research. I just made it up. That's no problem. You can make up the research. No issue there. Made up some research to further support my main idea.
Finally, the conclusion, which is very, very similar to your introduction. It should also be fast and easy.
Conclusion also has 2 sentences. First one, repeat your opinion. Second one, add in a final thought. Simple. For the first sentence, in conclusion, history has lessons to teach us today, but they are not as important as what we can learn from the present. So I repeated my opinion, which is that history, you can learn from it, but it doesn't help you in the present moment. Not much. You don't learn a lot. The lessons aren't important for today. So just repeat your opinion a second time. Make sure that your opinion is the same as what you wrote in the introduction, just to be sure that you get above band 5 for your task achievement score. Last sentence, add in a final detail. In the future, governments should invest time in learning about history, but also consider how a situation today might be different. Usually for your last sentence, you could say something about governments, parents, individuals, what they should do, kind of a solution or a future prediction. Some final thought at the end. Many examiners will require this for you to get at least band 7 for your task achievement. So just add a final detail at the very end. That's everything. That structure. Practice it again and again.
Okay, that's the whole essay, line by line. There are 25 essays just like it in this book, so go through them all, learn from them, practice writing with this style until you get it down perfectly, till it's like riding a bike or brushing your teeth. You don't even have to think about it. You just do it naturally, no problem. Good luck.